What is up, everybody? This is SuperSight and welcome back to another video of Heyday. Now this video is going to be awesome and it's about the 5 responses you can get when sending a friend request. That's right, and I'll also be talking about what all 5 of them mean. Now you might not have thought there was 5, but there is 5, and on top of that I'm going to be talking about the top leaderboard positions and how many of them have all the different positions, all the different responses, because there's, as I said, there's 5 different responses, and I've worked out the percentage of players and the amount of players from the top players of how many of each of the responses there is. For example, yeah, anyway, we'll move on to that afterwards. Right, now as you can see, my farm is currently somewhat inactive. It's also somewhat active, but oh, we didn't get anything. Okay, never mind. And then we'll just zoom through there. Oh yes, I saw something right in the back there, right in the corner of my eye. Well, actually not quite in the corner of my eye, but yeah. Okay, so we got that, and then we have our farm. It's looking good. Now we have these blackberries ready, so we'll harvest these blackberries, which we'll be able to sell. We'll also get a lot of, we'll get a lot of profit from selling them. We're getting a bit of XP there, getting up to level 46, which is good and bad. There's always good and bads of leveling up, but it's nice to slowly get there. Right, okay, and our smelters are getting very close to mastery. Now, we won't be getting them this level, but probably next video. So, very close with the smelters right there. So, continue getting these. Also, the derby has concluded, and I've decided I will not be showing you the results due to some unnamed reason. So, just because I don't have to show you I'm just kidding. Of course I'm going to show you the results, which aren't exactly what I had hoped for. As you can see, I've still got a task there. I did wait till now to do it. Now, if we tap on this, we can then, so we've got a few things. We've also got the lobster thing. So 26 minutes left to go. We'll tap here, and as you can see, SuperSight is in 5th place. Not very impressive, and this dude, honestly, this is not what you expect from a regular player in the second to bottom derby to do not only his 5 tasks all at 320, but pay 10 diamonds to do a 6th task. It's like, what? So I super underestimated this player. I did not expect that, and so it was virtually impossible for me to win, because I seriously didn't think that at this level, at the second to bottom derby, they'd be getting that quickly, that far ahead. Right, so as you can see, I've done some of these tasks along here. My average is not quite 300, although after doing this task, it will be, well, it'll be close to 300, but yeah, it's, I did not expect this, so I am not going to win, which is a shame, but we are going to go ahead and complete this task, which will get us right, and it will complete this thing here, right, so just, and it's double coins event as well, right, so that's really handy and nice, right, so we'll just tap here, and we'll tap here, right, and then, oh, we got a level threshold, yes, awesome, so we got blue voucher, and we've completed our town task, right, and then tap here, thank you, elephant, grey elephant, then we'll go, and so we're about halfway through the reputation thing, right, so we'll go back here, and then it's so cool when it adds it all, it's like, shitching, and then I just, like, zoom past them, oh, it already given me that was a glitch, it gave me the thing already, anyway, we're in 3rd place, and 3rd place I'm going to be happy with, right, so as you can see, right, so that's 6 tasks, right, so, and there we go, so it's not quite an average of 300, so if we come over here, if we go, so it's, since we did 6 tasks, it's 1744 divided by 6, and so that's approximately 1,800 points divided by 6, so not quite 300, but yeah, so we got 3rd, which I'm not, yeah, it was, I underperformed, I definitely did. If I'd done a couple more point values, I could have got 2nd, but there's no way, Jose, that I was beating this player right here. So I'll just take it with 2nd and get the what's it called, on my derby, right, so right here, okay, so novice league, right, and then I'll get this silver, it's not even silver, it's a bronze, it's a hideous bronze trophy on my record. That does not look good on, yeah, anyway, better that than not getting that. So anyway, I'll take that and just move on, which is kind of, and we'll have Noah back, Noah, that was the reason, because I didn't have Noah, and that's probably the reason why I didn't pass. Technically, if I'd had Noah, then it would have been a totally different derby, therefore we could have won, so big mistake on my part, accidentally not including Noah. That was a big mistake. Check out the other video about it if you haven't already seen it. So, right, collecting those bargains from Greg, and that's right, time for the Wheel of Awesome, one of my favorite times of the video. Always checking that just to make sure that I don't get that. Anyway, we'll go ahead and we'll spin it. So many awesome things, so many awesome things. What's it going to be? It is going to be a path piece. Awesome. At least that's something. Better something than nothing. Right, and then so we can go through and delete these, but it only ever gives us 3, so it doesn't really matter. Right, so there we go, and we'll go through here. Now, another thing which I've noticed that other players don't pick up on, right, so I'll just go through there. And then we'll just get that in there. Now, this is something that some players I saw in the forums, that's right, the Supercell forums, did not notice, so I thought I would do it this video and tell you in case you don't notice. Right, so I'm sure most of you have, and I've always noticed, but for some of you, obviously not. Right, so as you can see, look at this grey bucket, right? See, it's gotten grey arrow, right? So, and if you tap here, it's a slightly more colourful bucket, but not much difference. But if you look at, see, it's got a grey arrow going through it, to it, and then you've got, for example, what's it called? Like, the orange arrow for the feed right here. It's got the orange and that one's grey. So this one here means that there's nothing left to be collected. This means that there's stuff to be fed. Likewise with here, it means there's stuff to be collected, see, because now it's grey, so obviously it's done. And why I bring that up is because some people have things like covering the trees and that, covering their things, or there's two animals on top of each other, so you can't see, but that's just a hint. See, now they're both grey, so you know that both of them are done. Likewise over here, we can see that we have an orange one for this and a grey one for this, so we can't feed anything, but we can use this to collect things. So seriously, with Heyday, you don't know what you don't know. That is so true, so unbelievably true. Even I find out things that I don't know, and there'll still be things that I don't know that it will be like, oh, when someone tells me. But till this point, I don't know what they are. Right, so there we go. We'll go ahead and we'll get them back in action. We'll get this back in action, like so. Right, okay, and then we'll come over here and we'll tap this. Right, so go in here. Now we'll get the lure workbench right back in action, and then that, like so. Right, now we have got this, which we just continually upgrade. So we'll go tap it. Awesome. So we have upgraded it, and we're upgrading it again, so 79,800 this time to continue upgrading it. Right, so we're going to upgrade it again. I don't even know what level it is. It doesn't even... That, right now, I can't tell. I don't know if you can. There will be some way to tell. There's visual differences in it. But anyway, right, and then we've got those, which are all sparkly, so therefore they are indeed ready. Right, so we'll do a few of those, just swap them out. Right, and so then when I have plenty of time, I can go through and I can do the regular fit. Right, okay, now. Okay, that's annoying. Okay, so I have to sell some stuff out of my barn, which doesn't matter. Because, yeah, that's what barns are for. Okay, and then we have this, which is also full. Everything's full. Right now, I did have this player here, this top player, my top friend, my top leaderboard friend. Not my, like top as in leaderboard. Like, not like my top friend kind of thing. Because you're all awesome, and I'm really happy with all my friends. But I mean, like, as in the leaderboard. Anyway, they bought something off me. I have got a photo of it. If one of you's like, that's not true. It is true. I've got the photo. I should have kept their coin slot in there so I could just show you in the video. But anyway, I forgot. Just like SuperSight to do so. Anyway, right, so we'll go through and we'll get rid of a bit of this stuff, selling it off, making some profit, and then getting the machines back in action. And then we'll move on to talking about the different responses that you can get. Now, I'm sure it'll be interesting to see if you know them all, because I did not know them all until I had found them all out. How did I find them out? Well, I thought, well, how many of the top players on the leaderboard can I send friend requests to? I was like, I really want, I should have used those eggs. Right, anyway, we'll be able to buy some more. So, yeah, and so I was wondering, like, how many of them would actually be my friends on the top leaderboard? I tried to send out 200 friend requests. Obviously, not all of them accepted. Like, well, yeah, most... Only one accepted, put it that way. But not all of them I sent friend requests to, because some of them had different things. Like, for example, some of them were full. And that is one of the responses, which I'll talk about. Right, so as you can see, we have all these blackberries here. Lots and lots and lots of blackberries. So we'll go through and we'll sell off these blackberries. This will bring players in from left, right, and center coming to buy these. Right, so this will really... When you sell fruit, your shop's just full of people. It really is. People love buying fruit. They really do. Right, so blackberries making me a lot of profit right here. So, there's still at around the 1.5 million mark. Yes, 1.5 million, because we were at 1.5 million, but then we dropped because we keep upgrading the lobster thing. So every video we get back over it, and then it's like, oh, we're buying the lobster thing, and boom, we're back down. It's funny that, it really is. Oh, someone's happy, someone's buying some. Okay, so we'll just sell this off, and then sell this off. Right, there's so many blackberries, I don't need them all. Okay, so there we go. Right, and then that one there. Okay, so creating some more space so I can harvest the soybeans and then plant some more in their place. Right, okay, so there we go. Oh, and we got a mallet. That's awesome. Right, okay, so there we go, and then we'll go in here. Right, now I haven't traded since the last video, so my barn and silo aren't near, I don't think anywhere near upgrade, but I'll just check anyway. Right, so this silo is, yeah, pretty far off, and the barn is, what's... getting there, but yeah, still decent way off. Right, can we upgrade this here? Right, no, we're 5 marker stakes off. That's really annoying. Okay, oh, and a chest right in the middle there, right in my zigzag line. That's kind of cool. I like that. And how that doesn't even break it. It doesn't even break the connection. It just touches through the rock. That's quite cool. Okay, and then we'll just collect those blackberries in there. Right, and then we've got that machine. Right, so it's looking pretty good. And then we've completed our derby thing, which we'll finish during this video in 17 minutes. Right, so we have bronze, and we could potentially get past, but unlikely, because if they got 320, yes, they would, both of them potential passes. Right, and only one player did not do any whatsoever, so poor player. Well, that, yeah, not smart derby choice, not smart. They'll be getting demoted, as well as a couple of other derbies. Right, and then we have, right, so we'll have Noah. Noah is coming in next time. Right, no, oh, whoa, don't do anything, stop tapping immediately, not after last time. Right, so I accidentally opted, I feel so bad, seriously, that was such a terrible mistake, so I hope to never make that mistake again. Right, okay, so moving on to the 5 responses. Right, and what I've done, this is, I'm not sure what to call it exactly for the thumbnail. I'm yet to determine whether it will be something leaderboard related or about the 5 responses. The thing is, I'm covering both of them. It's just what I'm going to be calling the video. Right, and also another thing that I'd like to note, I love the leaderboard. The leaderboard is amazing, although this leaderboard, it's kind of, I don't know, it's not the best way of measuring success, although I certainly would never advocate getting rid of this leaderboard. There is room for more leaderboards, I'm just saying. Anyway, as you can see, we've got the global top players, and because these players just have established, so they've just been there for years, and anyone that started playing past like 2014 is like, well, maybe past 2016 is never going to get on there, basically. Yeah, and so anyway, that's another video kind of thing. Anyway, what I'd just like to point out, which is pretty obvious, but as you can see, there's such a big difference. Look at the top players that are about 1 million points ahead of the second player. Because it's been, I think, further away at times, it's sort of changes slightly. And then between the second and the third player, there's about 1 million gap. Between the third and the fourth player, there's over 1 million gap. Between the fourth and the fifth player, there's over 1 million gap, and then between the 5th and the 6th player, there's almost 1 million gap as well. So it's like, it's not even close with those top, like, for example, from the 6th down, there's a little, but even so, even from the 6th down, the 6th to the 7th, over 200,000 points difference. That is quite a lot. You know, for them it's not that much, percentage-wise it's nothing, but it is still heaps. But for the top ones to be 1 million points difference, that is massive, massive, massive difference. Like, massive. Like, even if the top players stop playing, if the top players stop playing, I reckon they'd be there on for another 5 years. Seriously, it's, oh, no, not actually 5, not 5, but at least another 2 years. It's because they couldn't be on for 5 because it's been 5 years since the anniversary, so people could easily overtake in that time. And the boat leaderboard wasn't even there from the start, I don't think. I'm not sure. Anyway, but they'd stay there for a decent amount of years. At least 2 years, I would say, because they're just so far ahead. Like, the other players aren't even 1 million on this leaderboard yet. It's just so different. Anyway, what I want to talk to you about is all these different players, so many awesome players, and how many of them you can send a friend request to, right? So so these are the 5 responses, and originally I had a question anyway. I've answered my own question. The 5 responses are as follows: friend request sent. Right, and actually, I'll say the 5 responses, then I'll say how many percent they make up. The second response is player is not receiving friend requests at the moment. The third response is player already has the maximum number of in-game friends. The fourth response, player cannot receive requests at the moment. And this player is banned. Now, there's also technically a sixth response, which you've already sent this player a friend request. That doesn't need explaining. That just means that you've sent them a friend request and the deciding. So, for example, if I were to go to this here, and then I was to send these players here another friend request, it would say that again. These players here because it's already pending, but for new responses. And so this is the fascinating. These are the stats that I did this on August the 20th. 2017, I went through and did 151 of them. So I sent friend requests to 151 of them. Well, what I did is I went through and tried to send a friend request, but ones that had, for example, player already has the maximum number of in-game friends, I couldn't send a friend request to. But I did 151, and that filled up all my friend request slots because a certain amount of them, and I already had some friends. Therefore, I wanted to wait to see if those ones would accept. And then 5 days later, on the 25th of August 2017, I did the last 49. It doesn't really matter because in a week their status won't change much at all, considering the monitoring it so closely. There we go. Right, so by far the top one of all these players was friend request sent. So that was the most common response I got was friend request sent. Right, so I should have really got an example. Right, so actually I'll just do a random player in the random public, right? So we'll just go through and just do, whoa, here we go. Right, so what a regular one looks like, right? So this player here, if I press this, do you want to, and so there's the 5 different responses. Do you want to add this player as a friend? Yes. Friend request sent, as you see, and then I'm just no, I don't want to send them a friend request. Anyway, that is, right, so sent, right, so the player 14, right, there we go, so cancel. So that is the and then I just realized, right, so, okay, do it again. Okay, so friend request sent, that is the most common one with, and then for example, if I were to then do it again, it will say already send a friend request to this player. That doesn't really count as a different response because that's just spamming them really and not being patient generally. Anyway, so that is the main response, and of all 200 players, which are the same as on the date I did this, they're all the same players. I have been monitoring them. Anyway, 45.5% of players I got the response friend request sent. So that was 91 players. So of these 200, 91 of them got a friend request from me, which means that, for example, only one accepted, right? But since I got to only send to 91, that meant that then actually 1 out of 91 accepted. So actually over 1% of the players I sent it to accepted. Although there are over 200, only 91 actually received the message saying friend request sent. So it was 91 players, which is 45.5%. Percentage-wise, it's 200. So each player makes up 0.5%, because if there was 100, they'd all make up 1%. Since there's 200, they all make 0.5%. Now, the second most common response was player already has the maximum number of in-game friends. So I'm not sure what response this will be. I'll just try it. If this is right, so no, that's another one. Anyway, so the next most common response, which made up 22% of responses, which is indeed 44 players, was player already has the maximum. No, yes. Yeah, player already has the maximum number of in-game friends. I'm not sure if I said that right. Anyway, that is the second most common response. So player already has the maximum number of in-game friends, but it's up 22%. So 44 of the players already have the maximum amount, so 150 out of 150, which means that you can't send them a friend request because they've got all 150 in-game friends. They've got 150 out of 150, so you cannot send them a request. So 44 players, which is 22%. So that's the next most common. Now, we'll just jump to the fourth most common one here, because this player here is player is not receiving friend requests at the moment. So if we do this and we do this, player is not receiving friend requests at the moment. Now, that is the fourth most common response, with 18% of players doing that, which is 36. So how you do this is and I'm not sure if everyone would know this, but you tap on the secret setting and you uncheck the receive in-game friend request. So if we tap that, like so, it means that no one can, if anyone tries to add you as a friend, they will receive the message saying player is not receiving friend requests at the moment. So that was the fourth most common response, with 18% of players saying that, and which was 36 players. So, and as for example, Instagram, Alex Heyday Alexis Heyday has turned that off. Right, okay, so then that is that one. Now, this is the one that I didn't know what it means. This is actually a super uninsight. Well, I don't know what it means. Anyway, it is the response, player cannot receive requests at the moment. Now, I asked my friend Almost, what do you think that means? At first, they thought, well, it would be that because I hadn't told them all the other responses, they thought it would be the same as players not receiving friend requests. So they assumed that when I received the message, and this is from the top player, and this makes up 42 players, so this is the third most common response. So 42 players, which is 21% of the players on the leaderboard, have this message, right? So if we tap this and we tap this, it says, player cannot receive requests at the moment. Now, I don't know what that means. I seriously don't know what that means. So that is the third most common response. Now, it's because I asked Almost, what do you think it means? And they said, well, it would mean that, for example, they've checked this box, and so it's just saying player cannot receive requests. And if you didn't know all the responses, yes, that's exactly what you'd think. And when I didn't know them all, that's what I would have thought. And then I said, no, it's not that. So they said, oh, it must mean that they've got all 150 friends, and I said, yeah, well, that's the second thing I would have also thought, because it would just make sense. But then I said, no, actually, there's a specific response for both of those. For example, there's the player already has the maximum of in-game friends, and player is not receiving friend requests at the moment, because that is the one where you uncheck the box. Anyway, I would love to know what player cannot receive requests at the moment was. Now, almost a thought, well, that could mean a temporary ban, but unlikely, because I've seen these players doing lots of boats still, so I very much doubt that it is a temporary ban. It's just, what else is it? And so I would love to know. Comment. Absolutely comment. I'll probably be posting something on the Heyday forums asking players, what does player cannot receive requests at the moment mean? And then immediately after I do that, I'll receive a response saying, I should have put that in the video. Anyway, so that's the third most common response with 21% of respondents. Now the fifth one, and the most exciting one. Well, actually, this is a really bad one. This is really bad, but it's just kind of exciting, and it surprised me. It really surprised me. And this response is, this player is banned from Heyday. That's the response. That's the response. And this isn't this isn't temporary. This is permanent. This player is forever banned from Heyday. And number 21 is the top player that is like this. Right, so we go here and we do this, and this player is banned. Banned from Heyday. That is insane. Now, this makes up way more than I thought. I thought it might just be one player. It was 9 players. 4.5%. 9 of the top 200 are banned permanently from Heyday. I was really shocked at this response. I couldn't believe how much cheating there must be at the top. Now, you might say, oh, come on, give it a break. It's only 9 players. 9 players is a lot. For the top 200, 9 is a lot. It seriously is a lot of players, considering these are the top players, and I'm assuming that they've for example, probably played genuinely for years, and then at some point down the road they started using bots or doing something illegal, hacking gems. But it's like, you know, what are they thinking? I'm assuming that they got some of the progress genuinely, if not most of the progress, till they start using bots. It's like, seriously, you were top. But I was just shocked at how many players of the top in the world were cheating. Sarah, or was it Sarah? Anyway, top 200 cheating. Caught out. It's like unbelievable. And this, technically, there could be more on the leaderboard that haven't been caught. There could be more. But for 9 out of 200 of that, which is about, well, 4.5%, that's a lot of players. These are top 200 players that have been cheating. It doesn't specify exactly what the ban is for. I would assume it's cheating. For example, in Clash of Clans, for example, with Rude Designs, players have been banned. I get it could happen in Heyday, but I doubt it. Well, I doubt it's as likely. I don't know. But for them to be permanently banned means they've done something seriously wrong and seriously bad to never be allowed to play Heyday. And after getting up to level 275, that is insane. Now, I did think for a moment, well, what if they were a bot? What if this was the bot of all bots, the king of all bots? You know, it's bots versus players, it's bots versus Supercell, and this is like the bot of all bots. This bot is their hero. This bot has made it the furthest. They've got on the top 200, they made it to 21, and it's like this bot finally got the furthest. You know, that's the bot of all bots to follow. That is possible, but I very much doubt that Sarah was a bot from the start. I'm not sure how long ago the bots have originated from, possibly from the start, but I just thought it was unbelievable how much cheating there is. Cheating, come on players, come on, cheating. Top 200, foul play. And this here is, like it seems, it's terrible, like, that they actually would cheat. But just think about it. This is what happens to top players. This happens to players that have probably spent years working on the accounts. Probably 4 years, 2, 3, 4, even 5 years on their account, and they get banned. And this is 9 of the top 200 players. So I thought it was a lot of players. I thought it was a ton of players to be banned forever for cheating. So it's absolutely not worth it. There's no way you want to be banned. So yeah, I just thought that surprised me. It did really surprise me that many players were willing to cheat, or not. I don't know if it is cheating. I would assume it's cheating. I haven't confirmed it. I just got that message. And so that, as I said before, was a large percentage, 4.5%. It doesn't sound huge, but like if it had been one isolated incident, maybe. But when you have 9 players being banned, that is indeed, for me, quite surprising that many players would be cheating. So be sure not to be cheating. You do not want to get caught out. It is not worth it. And so, yeah, that was just something interesting. And another thing interesting is that they don't remove them. They don't remove the accounts. And I found this out earlier with for example, when I requested to friend some players, 2 of them were bots, right? So right at the bottom, the BSU and the VT, they were there. But interesting, Supercell does not remove the accounts these accounts, definitely not. But because obviously those bots on my friend request are indeed banned, but also the top players are not removed from the list. But look at that, 3 million points, and I bet most of them were gained genuinely, but then Sarah made the mistake of thinking, I can get away with this, I can just use some bots, and then what happened? They get banned forever after 3 million plus leaderboard points. Unbelievable. So yes, and so they are the 5 responses. And from top to bottom, friend request sent is 91 respondents. Then there is the player already has the maximum number of in-game friends, 44 responses. Player cannot receive friend requests at the moment, 42 responses. I'd love to know what that one means. Player is not receiving friend requests at the moment, 36 responses. And this player is banned from Heyday, 9 responses. So yeah, that is what I just thought I'd do, because what I did was I was interested in what the top players, all their suggestions, because I just wanted to see what all their different statuses were, and so because I wanted to add one of them as as many as I could as friends, and I ended up getting one. I ended up getting this player here, which now oh yes, there we go, which now says I've gone on a boat ride, gone for a boat ride. There we go. So yeah, I just wanted to see, and I also wanted to just see what the statuses were, so I could make a video on it, and then I could make 5 responses. So and then there's technically the 6th one, but that's just kind of the same as the friend request one. So I'd be interested, let me know in the comments how many you knew before watching this video of the responses. How many, like, if you'd heard of all of them, if you'd actually come across players that it says this player has been banned, if you'd come across players that say this player cannot receive friend requests, and is that just specific to the top players in Heyday, or is that more lower down? I had possibly thought that maybe, I don't know, because I seriously don't know what it was, so I thought, well, perhaps Supercell has approached them and said to them, well, you're allowed to just, if you would like to, you're allowed to just totally disable friend requests and we'll get rid of them. But then I thought, yeah, there's not much point in that, because you can just disable them in your friends thing anyway. So I don't know what it is, and I would really be interested in knowing what it was and what it actually means, because I don't know, and so I would be interested. Right, so looking back here with the pigs, as you can see, so we go ahead and harvest 3 of them, and we're like, oh no, and then we'll feed them, and we're like, oh no, is there any more in there? Is there any more in there that need harvesting? It appears not. But look, there we go, the orange arrow. So we use the orange arrow and we go boom, right, there we go, we found it, there we go, and as you can see, it's now grayed out both of the arrows like so, and then we've got the pigs in there, so we'll go through and get those pigs as well. Right, so we've got those pigs, I always have to remember everything to do, right, so the derby will be coming to a close. The derby is Processing Derby results. What? I've never seen this message. I've never seen this message. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Maybe maybe the other player got banned as well, and maybe I win. Yeah, I don't think so. I think that's what, no, I wouldn't even want that to happen. I don't want players getting banned. I want players playing by the rules. I want everyone to enjoy Heyday, everyone to be fair while playing Heyday, not using bots, not using cheats, but doing it genuinely. I want that for all players. I want everyone to love it without cheating. Right, okay, so process, this is taking a while. This is taking its time. Okay, what's it gonna do? Is it gonna be like, yeah, I don't know, because I've never seen that message, but that just pops up, right, okay, and then we'll put that in there, right, so just get all these machines going. Oh, yes, and then we had, right, so we can put those pancake things on, right, there we go, pancake, and then, right, and then we've got this, and we need the raspberries, we're out of raspberries, and then we've got, oh, yes, and then this here, right, so our barn is filling up, but it's not completely full, right, so there we go, and then we'll just check this. Okay, that's looking good, right, what about here? Okay, and then we've got another one in there, right, so we'll do that there, and then that, yes, and so then we'll go through and we'll go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, and I'll yet to determine with the other ones. Has it finished processing? Oh, come on, it's just meant to say, you've won, but it wasn't going to say that, it was going to say, you got third. I'll be like, yeah, great. Okay, and then, oh, no, I'm going into here again I just buy those and then sell, I just let Almost to have them, right, so they'll probably sell, but they sell pretty quick, so, but, can we, no, we missed it, okay, never mind, I just sell them to Almost if I have spares, because Almost seems to always need them, but I never need, well, occasionally, I do them every time they come up on this order board, but they don't come up much, and as you can see, I've gone through, and I'll just harvest those there, right, okay, and then we'll replant them, which, due to my timing things, I'm just going to be going with this here right now. Right, so putting that in there, and then we've got, right, so yeah, I really do hope that you enjoyed this video about the different responses, and whether you knew about all 5 of them, and are you surprised that 9 out of, some of you will not be surprised, but I think it's not only surprising for me, but it's saddening. It's saddening to think that 9 out of these 10 players that could have been top players in the world and were top players in the world got banned. And it is 100% through the fault of their own. Supercell would not intentionally ever ban someone like as a joke or just like ungenuinely. It will be genuinely that these players have been banned. So it is very sad that they have cheated and got banned, but that's the reality. If you cheat, you just get banned. Anyway, please leave. Oh, there we go. 3rd place! Yeah! Not first, but 3rd. Yes! Bonus! Yes! Okay, that is cool. Right, and then we got these 3. Oh, and I haven't decided. I haven't decided. Right, okay, so then I have to determine what's the most profitable. Right, so I'm gonna go with, right, so that's worth, I'll go with that one, because I think that's worth over 500. And then, is that Rocking Horse worth it? Is that a common one or not? In case it's not, I'm going with it, because it looks, for a decoration, that's good, and you know me, I always rip out the decorations, but that's a good decoration. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I just got promoted, and Noah's in this next derby. Please leave comments on all the things I mentioned in the video, please like it if you enjoyed it, and please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Please do it, and thank you so much for all of you who are subscribed. It really helps me, it really supports me, it just encourages me and keeps me going and keeps me making these videos, and please be sure to comment and ask me anything at all Heyday related. This has been SuperSight, and remember to make coins faster than honeybees make honey.